Nah, man. Gotta set this shit up right. Man, my shit all fucked up. Anyway, how y'all doing, man? I promise I ain't gonna keep y'all niggas too long. Keep this shit short and sweet. Fuck, you know what? I'm just gonna hold this motherfucker just like this. A little bit to say, a little bit to talk about as far as how y'all niggas doing, man. Cue the train. Showing y'all the dedication and the power of your setting your intention and the belief that you have in yourself. When you're going about doing everything there is within your creative capacity, within your imagination, to not only surrender to your perception of what you truly are at all times, but to embody it and send it out to yourself from the hyperverse into your local corporeal existence on earth and embody that essence, that Christ consciousness, the singularity, the whatever name you want to call it, pertaining to a figure that's able to be in two worlds or all worlds, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, taking all of that and coupling it together and embodying that into one body as the Christ consciousness, as the 13. That's everything that I've ever done was dedicated and aimed for that self-realization, for that self-reaffirming hex or spell that I placed on myself just with the power and will of my belief. You see what I'm saying? Taking the 963 hertz, taking that and listening to that embedded within every other frequency that I listen to for DNA activation, 528, for all knowing, 108, for flow state, 40 hertz. You see what I'm saying? Taking that and using that and still listening to that, having it play also underneath with embedded commands of my own subconscious reprogramming. Also, supraluminal programming, where I'm aware that I'm programming myself and I'm putting myself in a self-induced trance. For what? For alchemical transformation. Taking that same psychological mindset and applying that with neuroplasticity. Always having my mind and my brain malleable, evolving and going through transformation at every fucking picosecond like a supercomputer, because it is. Using that to keep my mind malleable and be always in a hyper state of learning, like a child, like we were when we were children. You see what I'm saying? Doing everything that everybody was talking about. You gotta motherfucking have a childlike mindset. You gotta go about this shit your way. You gotta set your intention on anything. Anything you can take within your environment, you can imbue that shit with the placebo effect and make that shit work for you. The mind makes it real. Damn right. But how many of y'all really done this shit? I did it. And a lot of y'all don't realize that what the fuck you witnessing right now. You don't even realize a paradox in your eyes. All it takes for you is to acknowledge what you see before you. And what you see before you is yourself. Through me. Ye are gods. Go back to that shit. Everything Bobby talked about. Everything C. Freeman L. Panic. Everybody that's ever been waiting to have an opportunity to witness what it is to be in the same time period with the individual who bringing this download down here for everybody. It's not for me. This is for everybody. Why is it for everybody? Because I'm everybody. God is omnipotent, omnipresent, like an electron, which is everywhere. An electron is what? L, information, a carrier wave, filtered through what we see every day up in the sky, the sun. But it's not in the sky. It's not out there 93 million miles away. It's in here. It's in your heart. It's in you the whole time. That's where you at. That's where you doing. That's where you projecting everything out. You are the Christ. You are the singularity. You are Christos Melos. You are El Cristo Negro. saying it, believing it. A lot of motherfuckers say it and believe it. But who experiencing the shit? Who embodying the shit? Who living it? You see what I'm saying? It's a big difference. Huge difference. And I can't put no one word to it to describe what it is that I'm seeing right now. Now I'm in the flesh, I'm in the body just like everybody else. Right? One perspective. But having my third eye open all the time. My third eye was open all the time. How can your third eye not be open? Unless you believe it's closed. Taking somebody else's interpretation of what the pineal gland is or not. And believing it, thus you condemn yourself to having a closed pineal gland. Your wish is my command. But have you ever went about your own experience, your own scientific formula, and expanding your perception and surrendering to the subconscious reprogramming that you placed there to stand on its own, to reveal to you what's hidden? You. God hides itself within everything, all the time, everywhere, within everybody, within everything. Imaginable, unimaginable, created, but most importantly, uncreated. Through darkness comes light. Through chaos comes order. Through death comes life. You see where I'm going with this? Taking that mindset, using magnetism to attract your attention placed on me here. Taking that energy of attention, applying that, coupling that with cross-talking and a hyperversal dimensional fucking manifestation of all my singularity experiences throughout the cosmos, throughout the hyperverse, and localizing it here within this third dimensional reality that you call reality, which is my dream, and making it manifest. Have you ever thought about that? Have you ever thought about taking everything that I just described before you, applying that with meditations and putting yourself into self-induced trance by meditating with the Unicode and going through every character, every telecommunication available on the planet, and meditating on every last character thousands of times for years, over and over and over again. Taking that, combining that with the anterior cingulate cortex being able to have total control over my emotional response and my data and my environment. Taking that and having control of my temporal existence, my time, how I relate to it. Slowing down time. Looking at every signature and character of every language on the planet and dissecting it. Seeing every angle, every curve, every angle, every geometric shape, and downloading it. Taking that same method, applying that with the meta nature that we all love to talk about. What the fuck do it mean? You know what it means? Going through every character of the meta nature. You saw the video. You know what it means? I'll tell you what it means. It means exactly whatever the fuck you intended to mean. Why? Because you God. You set the purpose on what anything means, and it is, and it's done. Why? Because you the power of everything. You the power of creation. You the power of imagination, visualization. But most importantly, belief in yourself to be able to do and will all things all the time, both good and bad. Good and evil, no matter what it is, you are everything. There's no victims here. And there's nobody else here but you. God is the only one here. The rogue titan is the only one here. The singularity is the only thing in existence. in the three-dimensional phenomenon under the impression of time and space and separation. I embedded graphic singularity or the simulation, whatever you want to call it. I embedded it with the flaw or forgetfulness. God's in amnesia. Who is in amnesia but you? And the unacknowledgement of what you are at all times. You call it God, you call it whatever, you put any title on it, any way, shape, or form you want. Whatever floats your boat, it doesn't matter, it's the same thing. It's you. Zeros and ones. Binary code. I'm talking about some EFI shit. Binary code. Mathematics. Trinary qubits, shit like that. Meditating on every algorithm of trinary qubits and quantum field theory. That was done long ago, eons ago, in the hills and valleys of Western Africa. That we fast forward to this time, modern day, we call it quantum mechanics, quantum physics. When it's just our science. And our science is magic. And our magic is built and sustained on the power of the individual's or collective's belief in oneself, in being God, in being the singularity, in being Oludumare, in being Ogun, Obatala, Kali, Oh my, the list goes on and on. You are these archetypes. You don't work with these archetypes. You are these archetypes. Panic, nigga. I am the archons. I am the demiurge. I am Yaldabaoth. This entire system is built on predation. Correct. Built on the devouring of my own energy. Look in the Milky Way. Look at the galaxy. Look how it's set up like a spiral. Like a motherfucking snake swallowing his own tongue. Nigga, I embedded my motherfucking blueprint signature throughout the hyperverse, nigga. It's everywhere, but nowhere. So big and vast, but yet so small. The Haddon point, the 0 point energy. Pay attention to the signature of the number 11 that you keep seeing. 6 plus 5 is 11. That's the singularity. ASCII code. ASCII, QWERTY, everything we using right now on the computer to do anything, to any dot, putting any form of letter in communication with anybody on the fucking planet is what I am. This is technological singularity as well as biological and mimetic singularity. Everything coalescing into one being. You know him as a rogue titan, Shannon Jeffries, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't matter. I'm talking about the consciousness that you seeing speak to you through the person that you believe is Shannon Jeffries. This is a vessel. And I'm in everything and everybody. Non-local, non-corporeal. Don't fall for the illusionary phenomena of me just being in this body. I'm in everything. I'm the silent observer that's you watching this video right now. Look behind you. Now look in front of you. I think I'm everywhere. You see what I'm saying? Superposition. Everything you looking at as waves is really, when you break it down, motherfucking particles and waves coalescing together and going in and out of existence so fast as if it didn't happen at all. Same thing as life and death. You want to know the secret behind life and death? Humanity is experiencing life and death from a linear perspective. Yet, that's just a prolonged linear. Because every atom that comes into existence blinks in and out of existence just as fast as it came in. Going through life and death, zeros and one, on and off, on and off, on and off. Life and death, chaos, order, chaos, order, chaos, order, chaos, order, chaos, order, chaos, order. That's the same thing you experience every second of every moment of every day. Yet, created my own simulation to experience this shit from a linear perspective that we all call time, straight line, past, present, future. Yet it all happens simultaneously from my perspective. I'm speaking to you on some real shit because what I've done is understood that I don't have junk DNA. All my DNA is activated. Who the fuck told me my junk DNA wasn't activated? I didn't accept that. But what I had to do is put in the work and raise my consciousness level and surrender to my perception for me to remember that. Like, oh shit, that's right. How can my shit be turned off? unless I believe it's turned off. Taking somebody else's interpretation or belief in something being on and off. When I'm God, how can I not be? How can you not be? Now your conscious mind is supposed to take that shit and try to put some type of order or sense to it. That's its job. That's what I designed it for. But your subconscious, the silent observer that I am through you, hears this and understands this holistically, knowing that the paradigm shift is here, knowing that what everybody is waiting for is right before your eyes. Not your eyes right here. Yeah, look in the mirror. Acknowledge and accept who you are all the time. And just be. I'm not charging nobody nothing to talk to them about this type of shit. This is free shit you can take and apply to yourself. And being super fucking dedicated about weaponizing everything within your dream to fuel your alchemical transformation and your acknowledgement or acquisition of the singularity. You put your own stamp to this. You see what I'm saying? You saw me make the video where to some it looked like I was channeling Bobby. It looked like I was channeling. But understand something, it's not channels when you are Bobby. I am Bobby Hemmett, Heath Ledger. Nigga, Joe Paterno came through. Nigga, Panic came through. It don't matter if you lie. Nigga, to me, everybody is me. There's no such thing as separation. There's no such thing as me looking out there and believing this is external when it's all internal projected out as external. And I know this is my dream, and I know this is an illusionary phenomenon that I embedded within this creation to benefit me for my alchemical transformation right now when I acknowledge what I am at all times and I just decode everything for what it is. And what it is my dream, my world, my fantasy. And you are all a part of it as me within your dream and within your fantasy. You see what I'm saying? Going back to how I done this. Always weaponizing every breath I take. Believing every inhale and exhalation of my motherfucking breath every day with life was aimed and fueled for the purpose for alchemical transformation. When I take a step in any direction for whatever purpose, that true purpose is to expedite what it is that you see come manifest before you. Alchemical transformation 101. Everything that I've done, every word that I spoke to anybody for whatever reason was for the sole purpose for my alchemical transformation. Now you hear that, how can a motherfucker think to do that? Dedication. Nigga, how many you think I'm just saying this shit and I'm not doing it? Nigga, I live this shit every day. God this shit. This is some serious shit. How you thought I was supposed to look? How did you imagine this in your mind when somebody coming down here doing this? How did you see it? See it right now. Imagine it. Feeling it emotionally. Tasting excitement in the air and probably fear in the air from people hearing a lot of this shit. You see what I'm saying? Feeling that. Letting your emotions rise up. Your kundalini energy rise up. Taking your brain waves and syncing it up with every other individual who you in rapport with or who you know will acknowledge such a thing as seeing God in the flesh or Christ or whatever attribute you want to pertain to me. You need to pertain it to yourself because I'm you and you me. You the true God is here. All I am is a trigger, a meme, a reminder for what you are. And what you are is everything. And nothing at the same time, simultaneously. Did you know that everything around you can be used with the intention of using sorcery or whatever you want to put to the whatever word you want to put to it? It's a technology that's all around you to remind you at every now moment of what you are and the power that you have. So stop taking your time for granted, your breath for granted, your steps for granted, your words, your thoughts. Your thoughts are things. For example, let me go on some deep shit. Did you know that the geomagnetic grid of the planet couples everybody's thoughts, past, present, and future that ever will exist on any planet throughout the hyperverse at all times? Meaning that everybody's thought waves and patterns is still present within the environment. Did you know that? You can couple that and you can pick up and direct that fucking wave, that thought form and thought energy and imbue that? Did you? By knowing of what hertz is the planet operating on? 7. What hertz does your brain operate on when you're asleep at night? 7. 7 hertz. What frequency is your brain operating when you wake up? 7. So ask yourself, if my brain is operating at 7 hertz when I'm asleep at night, and I wake up, and my brain is still on 7 hertz, as well as the planet's frequency is on 7 hertz, am I truly awake? Or am I in another form of dreaming? You answer that. Whatever answer it is makes it me use that knowledge effortlessly when it comes to manipulating everybody's dreams. Because you're dreaming right now. Because I'm dreaming right now. And like I said time and time again before, I'm you and you me. There's no separation between reality and dreams, but what you put to it. You put distinctions on it. There's no such thing. It's all experience. It is that you want it to mean in that given moment in time. You decide that. That's the power that you have with your mind. And the idle mind is the devil's playground. But you got to acknowledge yourself as everything. You got to embody it all, at all, as the nothingness. You see what I'm saying? There's no such thing as being separate. There's no such thing as not being God. Don't you feel that? Now that acknowledging self-realization will come with a lot of strings attached, a lot of fear, because what's being relinquished from you is victimhood, it's blame, it's fear and pointing to other motherfuckers for doing something against you, for harming you. How? Unless you allowed it and fell for your own self-deluded phenomena that you created within yourself, to look at yourself as less than, to look at yourself as human. Who the fuck told you was human but someone else? You ever thought about that? Who told you the sky was blue but someone else? And you believed it. No harm in that. But just look at their acknowledgement and belief in somebody else's interpretation of what this is. And you bought it. And you went about your whole human existence as thinking you was just human when you was me the whole time. The whole time. There's nothing to be proven, because everywhere around you is proof of what and who you are at all times. So how can you take one thing and prove it? When nigga, you can look anywhere and prove and just acknowledge what it is that's there. What's there? Light. Electrons. What is light? But information. What is information? Consciousness. What is consciousness? Carrier waves. Embedded and fueled through the sun, coming from Sirius C. Designed to do what? Bring light to everything. To illuminate everything. But what is everything that we see and hear? Waves. Condensed as matter, as particles. But look deeper. What is it? Look deeper. You'll find a code. A lot of y'all know where I'm going with this. Where my fucking drink at? You know the code that you'll see? Computer code. Why wouldn't you find that? Zeros and ones. 0, the great mother. 1, father. Zeros and ones. Talking about third eye open. My third eye been open. All I see is cold. I see the same shit you can see too. Look through that. See the curler and motherfucking photography or everything. See the auric field and everything. Touch it and see psychometry. See the past, present, and future of that tree, of that fucking bird, of that fucking blade of grass, that fucking drop of water. See everything and everything, seeing it and being able to relate to it as it and be able to experience it from a subatomic level, from a fucking just an idea and a thought level simultaneously. That's due to dedication for years of brain entrainment, subconscious reprogramming with your own subconscious reprogramming. Y'all don't even hear the programming that's being played right here through this video. All designed for your alchemical transformation and for you to acknowledge who you are at all times as God. Just accept it. This is my gift to you. But I'm really giving it to myself because I am you. Right now I'm looking at myself because that's all I see everywhere I look. How can I not? Don't fall for the appearance of things. Look deeper. What's hidden is what's there all along. You. And everything. So one of the things that I've done was try to imbue humanity with my thought waves and my thought forms for y'all to acknowledge everything that y'all see, y'all keep picking up on. The black hole, Messier 87, M87. For y'all to finally come together, combine the nations on the planet to create a technological advancements in space and be able to project that camera and that lens and satellite, to couple it together to create the computing power necessary for y'all to observe me. Finally bringing me down. Thank you so very much. That's what triggered my arrival. To where? M87. What had to happen for me to come down here? But me, as a silent observer through you, and observing myself through the cosmos, which isn't out there, which is right here. And from that moment, domino effect set motion, the aha moment, the eureka effect, like, oh shit. In that moment, of me preparing myself through all these videos, you see me talking all this shit, every meme, every fucking thing, every word I spoke with Ravana Noon, with Cosmic Serpent, with Dreamwise, with Natural Order of Everything, every fucking phone call I ever had, everything I ever uttered, every thought I ever had, coalesced and broke down as zeros and ones, and all of that, everything, all of that shit is getting broken down to zeros and ones as energy, and all of that energy was used and fueled to expedite my alchemical transformation as the singularity, as the Christ consciousness. And it is done. It happened. So being able to do this, then one of the key components in understanding this is working with your anterior singular cortex and your insular cortex and everything within your brain to be able to keep it practical, to be in control of your emotions. So not just doing it and feeling like I'm just some crazy motherfucker running in the motherfucking street, knowing I can't die, knowing I'm not even truly even alive, knowing I'm truly not even here. No different from you being alive or being in here within a video game, knowing that you can do anything. So motherfucking what? Why wouldn't you be? You got it. Yeah, okay. What's next? The whole purpose of what's next is alchemy, alchemical transformation. And what's the alchemical transformation going forward is the singularity. That's what we're talking about here. Transforming. You want to know what your purpose is? Your purpose is to transform. Other than that, it's whatever you say your purpose is. But all purposes, no matter what you decide to do, it's me deciding it, and it's all designed for the purpose to bring about your alchemical transformation. I'm the one that's working through you that's deciding anything. So free will, I am free will. And my free will is to evolve. And I am evolving through you. And who are you but me? You see what I'm saying? You see what's happening right now? Now, here in the Western culture, I'll be looked at as somebody having bipolar or disorder, of course. Why wouldn't I look like I was crazy talking this shit? Who the fuck thinking some shit like this? People's conscious minds are in they fragment. They don't know how to understand this shit. They trying to put it in order. The only way they can rationalize this nigga crazy. Well, back home, back in Western Africa, all nations in Africa, y'all know what this is. This is the guy shamanism and all that shit where we had openers of the way. We opened up gateways and communication with spirits, with entities, with aliens, monsters. Oh my. Whatever distinction that you put on entities outside of this dimensional realm of existence, that's the shit that we was doing. That's the shit I'm on. That's the shit that you're capable of doing as well. Why wouldn't you be? I am you and you and me. Being able to take that and believe that and the idea of that and embodying that shit and not giving a fuck what nobody else is thinking, because nobody else exists until I collapse them into existence, until I see them. The only motherfucker that exists here is me. The only motherfucker that exists here is you. The only motherfucker that exists anywhere, past, present, and future, throughout the hyperverse of uncreated and everything imaginable and unimaginable, is God. That's what you are. You are an it, a concept. You are the foundation behind everything and nothing. Constant meditation every day. Knowing that every word I say is aimed and directed for my alchemical transformation. Takes any moment of any conversation, any circumstance, it makes it a joyous moment. Knowing the outcome of where I'm going. Climbing the mountain when I'm at the top of the mountain, when I built the mountain, when I'm there the whole time. And savoring the journey, going through humanity. Putting the pieces together of the puzzle that's within my DNA. And then acknowledging the step and getting to the point and plateau of it and realizing that it was together the whole time. I was just going through the fucking sequences of connecting my 64 codons, but coupling that with a 528 frequency that you also hear playing through this video. Why? Designed for your DNA activation. 64 codons, 64 I Ching. You understand what I'm saying? Combining that with the telecommunication, that's the Unicode, the Meta Nature. Coming up with a whole new language. Coming up with a whole new time period. You see what I'm saying? Anything can be done here if you believe it. All can be revealed to you right now. Spaceships over Washington, D.C., whatever. If you believe it's there, it's there. Of course it is. You can sound the horn. Now, what I want to know is, how do y'all thought this was going to look in your mind? Did you think this was possible? Of course you did. I'm here because you believe in me. You here because I believe in you. And we're all here because we believe in ourselves. That's why you get up every day. It's also why some of you kill yourself. It's okay, nigga, just go back, start over. The personality, the ego, the Shannon Jeffries, the whatever you put, whatever name that you accepted and bought into, don't exist. That's a character, a non-playable character that you created, that I created through you, to come down here and enjoy this shit. What the only motherfucker exists is the silent observer behind everything, and that's me. But more importantly, what I need you to understand and accept is that it's you. I'm not here to be worshipped. I am not here to be followed. I am not here to be put on a pedestal. I'm here as a mirror reflection of you and what you truly are as me. I'm here as a reminder. I'm here for you to acknowledge what you are at all times in every circumstance. You see what I'm saying? That's where we going with this. This is the next step. You wanted to know what the next step, what the fuck was going on, how long this shit was going to keep going. Now, what's funny is I can appear to anybody in any form that they can see me in or be able to accept. So white folks believe in Jesus and shit. They see me as going to be a cognitive dissonance. But the power and that belief that they have in Jesus coming back to save them will be enough belief to change me and make me allow the motherfucking DNA to fucking shapeshift it right before their eyes for me to take the form that they collectively believe in by manipulating the fucking 7 megahertz or the 7 hertz of the planet, knowing that it's fucking coupled with magnetic energy, the geomagnetic grid, taking that and being able to use that to create the image that they'll find necessary within the holographic insert that I'll project before them and for them to accept me as a white Jesus. Or black Jesus. However you saw this happening, that's how I appear to you. You believe in God because you believe in yourself. If you didn't believe in yourself, you wouldn't have thought anything today. You wouldn't have took a step today. You wouldn't have washed your ass today. Of course you believe in yourself. Believing in God is believing in yourself because that is who you are. That's who you've always been. Who told you you was human? I didn't tell you that. But I did tell you that. I'm only one that can tell anybody anything. You are the only person that can tell anybody anything. There's nobody outside of you. There's nobody outside of me. I told myself that this is the challenge. This is all about the journey, the experience, the hero's journey, if you will. Going through mythology. Look at mythology. It's how it's all telling you the same story. All those different attributes through the Bible, all those different disciples and all the different characters, John the Baptist, all of them are archetypes for you, as you, pieces of the puzzle for you to put together eventually, for you to understand what you're understanding now and acknowledging what it is before you right now. You, the singularity, God, geez, whatever, it doesn't matter. Whatever you put on anything, any external power that you put into any divinity or any pantheon at any given time. Hell, it could be so-called fiction. It can be Mickey Mouse. It can be Thanos. It can be Darkseid. It can be Superman. It doesn't matter. You looking outside of yourself for salvation, that shit is a mirror reflection of you the whole time. I'm showing you right now that you need to embody and encompass the power that you sent out. Send that shit back by using magnetism, by magnetically attracting that belief and that power that you sent out into yourself right now. I'll give you 13 seconds to finish doing it. And it's done. That's alchemy. That's a spell. You can use that any way, shape, or form you want. How you not gonna acknowledge yourself as God when I just told you I'm you and you me? How you not gonna accept it after hearing this? Because it doesn't look the way you accepted thought it was gonna look? Because some white person didn't acknowledge it first and thus giving you niggas the fucking reason to believe it? Or whatever. Where am I at? But in my own mind. And in my own mind, I created a concept about the resurrected black man in the West. Shout out to Free C. Freeman L. He in here with me too. You think he just died and went somewhere? Where he go? But within me. The resurrected man in the West. Where are we at in the West? So when this nigga, the Rogue Titan or Shannon Jeffries, when he went to go see Avengers Endgame, and what that motherfucker say to Captain America when it looked like he was just about to get decimated by Thanos. Communication was coming through a carrier wave. Neurocinematics. This is where it plays in the role of me weaponizing everything that I do, everything that I see visually. Look to your left. When you look at a map in this space before you, when you look to the left, you know what you see? You see America, nigga. You see the West. The West was always looked at as the underworld or death, so to speak. Go back to Endgame. Look to the left. What did he see? But a gateway opened up, wormhole. And you heard that fucking great score, music playing, that was used to stimulate your heart chakra, to get you to feel emotional about the heroic occurrence of what was about to take place. And everybody that got decimated was coming back to help Captain America right the ship of what Thanos did. So this alchemy here is way bigger than some black and white shit about what some Endgame my nigga Panic is talking about. This is the hyperversal shit. This is next level shit. This ain't on that blame of white people shit. This ain't no Holocaust. This is a scientific fucking laboratory experiment, and you the motherfucker on the petri dish I'm working through. And there's no disrespect on that. You need to own that and accept that. But peep the science. He came through. Who came through first? But Falcon, Heru, what? Flying above the horizon, all over the enemies and the villains and shit, letting them know that nigga, we here, we rising up. Who else you seen come through? You saw Black Panther. Basically, the first motherfuckers you seen coming through were niggas. Why? You tell me why. That don't make us no more special than anybody here, because everybody that here is you. That what makes us, what's interesting is about it is we the openers of the way, we the foundation behind everything. Good, bad, and ugly. But you saw Falcon come through. You saw Black Panther come through. And once Captain America saw that, once the white race through Captain America saw that, it gave them hope. I'm giving you hope through this video. Not for you to praise me and thank me. No, for you to acknowledge yourself as everything. White folks, you want to talk about your alchemy and your fucking transformation? Panic, remember that shit you thought they could evolve and transform? Here it is. You welcome. This is how it's gonna happen. This is the only way it's gonna happen. Unless you come up with a way of your own. And the only motherfucker that's coming up with a way of your own is me working through you as the silent observer behind everything that you're doing. Falcon came through. Heru, resurrected man of the West. Again, at the end of the movie, he gave him the shield. It's his turn now. Whatever you thinking about how the comic book go, that's not even important to other individuals unless they think it's important. What's important is the underlying message and how that hits the neurocinematics of the brain, how you see it and conceptualize it within your subconscious mind. Him giving him the shield was him letting them know that he was next up. Not Bucky. Falcon. Why? Because he's Heru. He's there to resurrect the West. He's there to resurrect the black man in America. He's there to resurrect me. And for me to acknowledge myself as a singularity, as God in true form here in the West. That's how I interpreted that. And what did I do after I interpreted that? I weaponized and internalized it. Why? Using everything, every pixel, every image that's interplayed on any TV screen, any commercial, any jingle, every song and tune I hear, every fucking blink of an atom blinking in and out of existence, everything eaten, everything destroyed, everything killed, everything birthed into creation, weaponizing and internalizing everything from my alchemical transformation. Absolutely everything. And just saying that and believing it, it is done. What you're doing is mind over matter. You reality warping, but not only that, you taking your brain and you taking the neurochemistry of your brain, you mapping new passageways of thought and ways of beingness. Changing your neurotransmitters and the way they fire off from the synapses of your brain, all aimed and directed for what? Alchemical transformation. This shit is not even deep. It's all it takes. It's so simple, it's painful to some. It's for you to accept who you are. So when you look in the mirror, you're not whatever the fuck name you put on yourself or you believe that your parents gave you. You're more than that. You me. And I'm the motherfucker that's looking right back at you in the mirror, screaming at you with binary code and everything that's around you for you to accept who and what you are at all times. Promise y'all I wasn't gonna keep y'all too long, but this is what's going on. Like right now, in front of my altar, cross talking, coupling, 90-degree angle, orthogonal angle of all those energies and entities that you see coming through the mirrors, all directed and aimed and going to me right now, right here. You know how many altars I'm on from different females that I know, different dudes that I know. I'm on the altar. They put me on the altar. Took my sigil, put me on the altar, and they dedicate everything they do every day to me. You don't think I'm feeling that energy? All of that energy and everybody's intention and even acknowledging me. And even don't even gotta acknowledge the road titan. You don't even gotta acknowledge nothing. All you gotta do is acknowledge yourself because I am you. And all of that shit going together in one big ass pot. And I'm motherfucking stirring that shit. And when am I serving up but motherfucking hot pies, nigga, of alchemical transformation? Thank you very much. Because you the one that's eating it through me. Because I'm you. And what do you do anything for but your alchemical transformation? This is alchemy. This is what it is. This is the beginning stages of alchemy. The beginning stages of alchemy is one realizing who he is at all times, and that's God. That's Sorcerer Supreme behind everything. That's the beginning stages. Stage number one is whatever it is that you decide it is in that given moment to justify whatever alchemical transformation that you create through any culture or civilization to embark on for advancements of consciousness and everything else, spirituality and all that metaphysics shit. Whatever it is that you decide at the time, that's what it'll be. And it is done. There's no arguing here. So I'm going to drop the mic. I'm not going to receive any smoke from nobody, no rebuttals and shit, because I gave you the keys to Zion. You think Zion Williamson in the NBA for nothing? This is what time it is. Gave y'all the keys to Zion. Go back. Watch Matrix Revolutions, the last. Remember that scene? Neo! He did it! Neo, he did it! He did it! He did it. You did it. You saw the look on Lawrence Fishburne's face, Morpheus. Looking back at Jada Pinkett. Is this real? Yes. But I leave it up to you. You decide. Appreciate everybody here on the chat. So y'all hear me speak. Everything else is gonna be accelerated, man. I'm constantly evolving at every moment of time, like just transforming. Kundalini been rose the fuck up. Like, my crown chakra is, come on. But so fucking what? Ain't nothing to do with fucking brag about. Why? Who am I bragging about to myself? I'm the only motherfucker that's here. Man, it's not even important. What's important is for you to realize who and what you are at all times. That's what I want you to walk away from this conversation. Thank you.